Hey, Simply Sugar here with the evening news rundown. Let's get into it. Gavin Newsom sued Donald Trump, of course, for the federalization of National Guardsmen, also implementing 500 to 700 Marines now. I think we're up to. It may be more. I'm still catching up throughout the day. So the judge ruled in this case, it did not give California an emergency injunction against the National Guard being there. There is a scheduled hearing for Thursday where the judge will reconsider this efforts by California. One thing to note is that this judge is 83 years old. And here goes part of the problem here with a lot of the people we appoint. I think we really need to look at lifetime appointees. That's a separate argument, but it's worth noting that somebody who's 83 may not have the mindset of somebody, who's a lot younger. That's just the truth. So several reporters have been injured during these protests, doing their jobs. And there are plenty of videos of police taking aim purposefully at these reporters. So an ABC News reporter was shot in the arm. An independent journalist was shot in the head. And a reporter by the name of Lauren Tomasi was shot in the leg live on air. These are rubber bullets, thankfully, because this could have been something else if this was live rounds. And my fear is that it may become something like that, where they will use more excessive force and weaponry in these cases. And in the same vein, Terry Moran has been fired by ABC. Now, Terry Moran made a comment about Stephen Miller. The White House called for his firing, and ABC capitulated. They went ahead and let him go. I'm sure that these news journalists are now going to be independent, and maybe we could get some real information. I'll look forward to hearing from him, hopefully on one of these platforms. I didn't really listen to him before, but I give everyone a shot because I'm a news consumer as well as someone who reports the news. So, here there's ICE raids in New York, and it was and in New York, a lot like Los Angeles, it was met with resistance. The resistance in New York actually helped to stave off deportations today. These type of clashes are going to become more and more inherent as ICE amps up its raids, especially in states like New York and California, where we have a high Hispanic population. But this is why maybe we're being targeted. Also, if you can target here, little states and little towns will not put up much of a fight. It's a scare tactic, and I'm not sure if it's going to work. I think this is going to get ugly, very ugly. Trump is threatening protesters. So mind you, Trump has threatened protesters for his military parade, saying that if you protest, you will be met with arrests. Again, impeding our rights to protest. We have a right to protest everything. I can go out there and protest the wind right now. It's my right as an American citizen. But he doesn't care about that. In other news, and my last story of today, kind of, sort of, I'm going to make a separate video on another topic, but Greta Thunberg was deported to France. She is one of the 12 She's one of the 12 young individuals who set on board the flotilla to bring in supplies to Gaza. They were met in international waters by the IDF or the Israeli Navy, kidnapped and detained in Israel. Some have chosen to remain in Israel fighting the deportation. Greta Thunberg flew to Paris and already has lent her voice to the resistance, and we're getting some details. I'm sure there's going to be a larger report where she tells us exactly what went on. So the news is hot today. There is a serious article about election interference with the voting machines. That needs its own video. But look out for that this evening. I'm Simply Sugar. Please like, follow, and share. And remember, all our voices need to be heard during this time. So please sound off. Please make your own videos and share. Thanks.